Hi, this is Gina here with Creative Geniuses. Today's project, we're going to be skydiving into our art portfolios. Let's dive right in and we can talk about what this all means. For our art kit today, you can be using a lot of the things that you might already have at home in your art studio, things that were in art kits from previous projects, and we're going to be sending you some art portfolios that are pre-made, and sometimes you can make your own, and you can learn how to do that here in this video today. We're going to be creating designs of your name on these portfolios and incorporating, reusing those tools, and then hopefully storing a whole bunch of artwork inside, some old, and creating new to put in there. Let's begin by checking our pockets. Do you have anything in there? How about your purse or your backpack if you don't have pockets? Things you keep in your pocket might tell a story about your day. By looking at it, it can tell about where you've been, what you've been doing, and what was important enough for you to keep. Let's brainstorm. Where are places people keep or store important things? Open your mind and expand your thinking about containers that hold important things. Does a toy box count? How about a refrigerator? Why? When an artist is done making artwork, where does it all go? Sometimes it goes in a museum, on a wall, or it could be sold. Where else? Depending on how much art you make, where do you all put it? Many times an artist put it in a place called an art portfolio. An art portfolio can look like a giant envelope or giant pocket. Why do you think that this would be important for an artist to have? As an artist continuously making things, you can't keep everything. But an art portfolio is a place to keep your favorites or the ones that are special. The portfolio collects the artist's accomplishments, their skills and experiences. It shows all your hard work. Some people have portfolios for school to show their math, reading, and writing. It can show your work over time, and that is fun to see how much you've changed or grown and all the new things you've learned. Today we will work on our own art portfolio or an art envelope. Look at your artwork and think about what you would like to keep in your art portfolio. I'm sure there's a lot there to choose from. You can buy an art portfolio from the store, but you can also make them at home. And I wanted to just show you real quick in case you choose to make them from home. One of the ways I do it, and there's many different ways you can do it. You're going to take 2 large sheets of paper or cardboard. I'm using some heavy art paper. Like multimedia is really thick and heavy, so it's durable. And what I'm doing is I'm folding 3 of the 4 sides of a big like rectangle or square. It's kind of like a giant suitcase. And I'm folding those, and then I cut the corners kind of in a diagonal, or you can cut them straight, and I fold the corners over. Now, you can just put together all the edges of the 2 papers on 3 of the sides, but by folding it and kind of making it thicker, it has like a depth to it, so you can put many sheets of paper into it, so it adds depth. So you'll see that I've cut the corners, folded them over, and then I'm using some white duct tape because duct tape is very strong, and the white blends into the portfolio color that I'm using. And then I can go over it with permanent markers or crayons, colored pencils, just anything I have available. I have these decorative scissors available, and I was thinking I was going to make a lid with some pretty edges, but I quite didn't like the way that turned out. So then I went in just with some plain scissors and rounded off those edges. I had this extra string and yarn left over from a weaving project, and instead of throwing it away, I'm going to reuse that for straps for my art portfolio. So you can either poke some holes on the sides. I'm going to use that duct tape, and just because that white duct tape just blends right in, and I'm just going to tape those ends of the string to the side of the portfolio, and then one side I can put a lid by cutting partially off the top and folding a lid over, and then the other side is going to be just like plain white that we're going to use to draw our names or initials on, because it's going to be very important to identify whose portfolio this is. Okay, so using the drawing tools that you have available from previous art kits or just sitting at your home, we're going to be making a design with our names or initials to make it special and fancy. Just remember, if you use charcoals or pastels, you will want to use a fix either from the store or hairspray over your drawing so the medium does not smudge onto your hands or all over. We're going to create our design being inspired from a big idea. The sky's the limit. A big idea is more than a theme. It has important meaning. We hope that in this portfolio, you put in beautiful art, as beautiful as the sky. There's no limits, as the sky has no limits, where it can take you, and to look up in positive ways and be proud of your artwork. You are going to start with your name or the initials of your name and draw the letters on one side of your portfolio. Think about the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, the galaxy. How can you design your letters into the sky? If you are a beginner, here's a tip. Children may need an adult to draw the letters. Pretend your pencil is a car and drive all around all the letters, or each letter individually. Sharp turns create a block lettering. Smooth, slow turns make the letters into bubble letters or fluffy like clouds. I had those guidelines to help me do my bubble or block letters, and so I'm going to go back in with an eraser and just erase those on the inside, so then when I color you can't really see those. We will color and decorate our lettering, and we're going to elaborate on the designs by filling up the surrounding space and the surface with pictures and lines, colors, shapes, and designs that are for your lettering. Look for and use things you already have, like the strings and crayons and little things laying around. Think about, are your letters floating bubbles up into the outer space? Are they going up, and away? What can you imagine? The sky is the limit on possibilities. I had some paint and bubbles left over from another project, and I'm going to try to add some bubbles or some coloring and fancy things around and on my lettering just to mix it up. I think it'll look cool with the crayons and then this painterly kind of printing on it. So let's see what happens. I have these little strings left over of a bunch of different colors, so I think I'm going to be putting a rainbow on my portfolio too. I'm going to use this glue stick, and it looks purple, but it dries clear, so wherever I use it in a little bit, that glue will just disappear and you won't even see it. And I found this little butterfly. I'm going to glue him on there too. I love that. Some finishing touches, take a little marker, and I'm going to trace around the edges so it pops out the colors. I can see my letters a lot better. It makes it crisp. So I'm going to do that. As I'm working, I'm kind of thinking about which artworks are going to go in. I have a pile of old artworks and I have some on my fridge. I just want to refresh, so I'm going to put those in my art portfolio, hang some new ones up in my house. But it's time for some decision making, picking and choosing what's going to go into my personal art portfolio. Something to keep in mind, other options for art portfolios can be online or on a website. Who would artists show their portfolios to? Maybe your friends and family, or if you're looking for a job in the art field. Paper portfolios are great. Nothing beats seeing an artwork in real life and in person. That beauty can never be replicated. But online digital portfolios are really popular, so we at Creative Geniuses often use Artsonia, a popular website for art students, to collect your artwork over time. Visit this website and check with your art instructor for more details on how to set up your own online art portfolio.